Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens alongside Jay Plyburn.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed.
Somebody said we were going to get storms last night, but at least Central Ohio, Columbus did not.
Yes, I mean, we were kind of
downtown.
under one of those interesting situations when it came to storms last night. We were either going to get hit with a lot of severe weather or practically nothing. And we got practically nothing.
We got practically nothing.
A little bit of rain, a little bit of raindrops, but
Better chance tonight into tomorrow morning?
yes,
Okay.
definitely a better chance tonight. We dodged the bullet last night. All of the
yeah.
severe storms really stayed up to the north or further to the south. I don't think we're going to be that lucky 2 days in a row. I think we got a better chance at severe weather tonight. So let's go ahead and dive into yet another 10 TV weather impact alert day as we head toward this evening and into tonight. This window really going to open after 7 o'clock. So kind of in the middle of what many people are out enjoying their Friday evening plans. We're going to be dealing with those storms. So make sure you have a way to get weather alerts as we head into tonight. 10 TV app is a good way to do that. You'll get alerts sent to your phone as soon as they're issued. We are expecting a fairly high risk for strong damaging winds out there through this evening and into tonight. Hail and tornadoes also a possibility, along with that risk for flooding. So all types of severe weather, but we do think wind really going to be the biggest factor as we head toward tonight. You might remember if you watched this show throughout the week, we were talking about something called a cap back on Wednesday when we issued that first alert day, and that's what we had in place last night, and that cap never broke. What that meant is that warm air could rise until we hit what you call the cap, which is a layer of warm air that is higher up in the atmosphere, and warm air rises, but if the air above it is warmer than the air that's coming up, it can't go anywhere. So that's what happened last night. We capped those storms and we did not see that development take place across Central Ohio. Of course, that leaves us with an environment that is ready to have storms form. And as soon as we can get something that breaks through that cap later today, that's when we have a lot of energy that those storms can take advantage of across the region. We're going to see plenty of warm weather and humid weather in place for those storms to take advantage of today. Your 10 TV tower cam early in the day, plenty of sunshine kicking things off. The temperatures this morning, they were on the warm side. In fact, many spots out there not even dropping below the 70s this morning. 73 the low temperature in Newark, 72 in Lancaster, 70 Chillicothe, and 71 in Athens. So there's a lot of warm and humid air still across Central Ohio that those storms will be able to feed on today. Dew points mid to upper 60s across the region as we work our way into this afternoon. That is some pretty sticky air across the region. It's been a while since we've talked about how those dew points make you feel, but those 65-degree plus dew points, that is pretty sticky. We're even getting up close to 70 at times into that kind of sweaty, gross territory out there. Kind of feels like we should be having thunderstorms, and I think we'll certainly see them as we head through later today. As we work our way into the afternoon, temperatures will push into the 80s yet again today. An increase in cloud cover, much like yesterday. Could we see a thunderstorm pop up during the afternoon? I certainly think so, but that's not going to be the main event. That's not going to be what we're more concerned about. That comes later tonight once we get past sundown. A broader area of storms expected to come through Central Ohio, and once again, that one expected to be severe. Taking another look back toward last night real quick, this is the number of storm reports that came from that main system up to the north. 438 total reports on your screen here, including 14 reported tornadoes and 5 reported funnel clouds. Lots of wind damage from that storm system last night. And again, wind, we think, going to be the big concern with those storms as we head toward this evening. Already as of early Friday, seeing strong storms toward our southwest, Kentucky down to Tennessee, dealing with severe weather. Again, that is about to push our way, so let's track that risk hour by hour. Here's that pop-up chance this afternoon. Again, we could see a strong storm, a gusty storm in there, but this will be few and far between, and they'll quickly work their way on out as we head toward this evening. Even by 6, 7 o'clock, still not much activity. What we're concerned about comes again after that 7 o'clock hour. You can see that line of showers and storms pushing in from the west. This will push into Columbus and race through as we head toward the midnight hour, and then work its way on out of Central Ohio as we head into the early part of Saturday. That line of storms expected to come with some pretty heavy chances for wind, hail, heavy rain, and again, that risk for a tornado that we can't 100% rule out. When it comes to storm impacts after 7 o'clock tonight, wind again is our biggest risk factor. That is in the high category as we head into this evening. Hail, the next biggest risk factor, but again, we can't rule out those threats for tornadoes or flooding either. I think they'll stay more toward that medium category, though, as we head toward this evening. Nonetheless, it's going to be a night that you need to stay weather aware and keep an eye on the potential for alerts. We showed you this graphic yesterday. We'll show you again today. A watch. Remember, if we get one of those, that means conditions are favorable for severe weather to develop, but it's not currently happening. If we do get a warning, that means severe weather is happening now, and you need to take immediate action. So remember, thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, those are things that you need to seek shelter from. As far as what we're seeing out there for that 7-day outlook, again, 10 weather impact alert day in place as we head toward this evening. That window again opens at 7 p.m. tonight. All types of severe weather are possible, but we do think wind, again, that biggest factor. And the one thing we keep wanting to stress here is have a way to get alerts, because this is a Friday night. People are likely to be out. They're likely to be away from home. You want to make sure you know how to get weather information before the storms head your way. Once we get past storms, though, we are into a nicer weekend. Rain chances kind of linger on Saturday. If you're heading out to the Race for the Cure out there Saturday morning, you may see a sprinkle or two, a little bit of light rainfall, but for the most part, pretty nice and cooler Saturday on the way. Highs only in the 70s. We'll be back into the low 70s with sunshine Monday, continuing downward as we head toward next Tuesday and Wednesday, where we do get another chance for showers and some thunderstorms, but our temperatures keep on dropping. We go from 86 today all the way down to 67, almost 20 degrees colder by the time we head toward next Wednesday.
Better chance for storms tonight.
Yes.
Going into the weekend. Interesting to see the temperatures dropping as we get closer to the start of summertime.
Yeah, I mean, we're really going to head into it in an unusually kind of cool pattern. We're actually getting back to below average temperatures here, really kind of late into the month of May. But I mean, that big shift in temperatures is part of the reason we have that risk for storms out there tonight.
Yeah, a lot of those people who are already done with the 80s, the warm weather, excited to see the cooler conditions there.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, because we'll be back to the 80s before long.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. And while we were talking about those storms earlier, again, we dodged that bullet here in central Ohio, but a lot of spots around the country last night, not so lucky. In Allegan County, Michigan, the National Weather Service's radar confirmed a tornado from last night. Crews will be out to check on that damage today if they find any. This is some video captured up there from that particular storm. These storms also caused damage on the other side of Lake Michigan. Emily Pofall reports from Wisconsin.
Colson Fiore and his family were inside their Mayville home when the storm hit Thursday.
The lights started flickering and the power cut out, so we moved into the storage room. We hear this big crash.
That crash, their neighbor's tree falling on the house, decimating the front porch. But luckily, Fiore says, not much else.
It's really like a miracle. I know it's kind of weird to say it considering it, but I think it's probably the best considering that's the worst of it and nobody's hurt.
Fiore, who's supposed to graduate high school this weekend, says recovery won't be easy.
With everybody you see, everybody's pitching in to clear the roads earlier. This road, Main Street, was totally blocked off by every tree had fallen down. But I mean, you really see how everybody's come together to help fix that.
Fiore's friend saw what he says was a funnel cloud come in from across town and rushed over to help after the storm cleared.
I see a 4-ish mile wide funnel cloud starting to form. Big, I can see it swirling around. And then that's when I run inside and get in the basement because I wasn't sticking out much longer. So it's pretty shocking, really. I didn't think they got hit too bad, but then I was hoping they didn't, but I see it and they did kind of get hit.
Just one example of neighbors stepping up to clean up.
Some environment news. You know, we worry about air pollution a lot of times outside of our homes, but what about inside? New research shows things like air fresheners, candles, even waxes, they can all actually impact our health. Who knew? Engineering professors at Purdue University are looking into the possible health impacts from that. To gather data, they use the same tool that is used to study outdoor pollution, specifically tailpipe exhaust.
The air is so polluted that we have to use a robust instrument.
Their work found that products fill the air with very small particles, small enough to get into your respiratory system, spread to other organs.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Doesn't sound good. No. Got to put those candles away, maybe.
Yeah, hide the candles.
Hide the candles. And, well, connecting our series on Boomtown to the environment, we're taking a look at powering your home. Yesterday, we told you about solar panels here in the state of Ohio and some of their impacts. And while this week, Governor DeWine signed a major energy bill into law, it actually aims to protect customers and address Ohio's growing energy needs by boosting power generation and increasing grid reliability. 10 TV has told you about the need for more energy as data centers are coming to the state. With that in mind, again, we've been exploring ways to save you money, including those solar panels in Central Ohio. People who have gone solar collectively have saved $3 million since 2021. Last month, the city of Columbus announced it's now expanding a solar co-op to include even more people with a 30% federal tax credit incentive.
We're able to decrease the price of your average solar by about $6,735, which is pretty significant as opposed to just going directly with the installer, but it's only locked in for this co-op.
So how much can you really save when the upfront cost is so high? 10 TV's Angela Ann dives in to see if solar power is as sunny as it seems and why Ohio is leading the way in manufacturing panels in our country.
Each ray of sunlight shining down on this Clintonville garden is money in the bank for Noah Faust.
I want to say once we've had it for 9 years, it'll have paid for itself. And after that, it's just free money. So.
Can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
3 years ago, Noah and his wife decided to switch to solar energy. Since then, they've watched their monthly electric bill drop from the 50s to the teens to single-dollar amounts. Just look at what they paid last May, $3.59.
I have a deal with AEP where basically I get credit on my bill for every kilowatt that I give them. So on days like today where I'm not running my air conditioning, I'm not using a lot of electricity, but it's really sunny and my panels are generating a ton of energy, I'm actually back feeding that energy into the grid.
25 miles east in Etna, Ohio.
This plant is 1.1 million square feet. We employ over 1,500 people, and we are the largest single-site solar manufacturing panel in North America.
Brittany Rogers is head of human resources at Illuminate USA.
This is one cell.
The company churns out nearly 29,000 solar panels a day, just one part of the solution to meet the solar demand, from homes to businesses to farms.
The solar industry is booming so fast, keeping up with production is a 24/7 job. Here at Illuminate, within 6 months of operation, it produced its 1 millionth panel.
Rogers says there is no sign of slowing down, given the need for renewable energy in boomtowns like Central Ohio and beyond.
Where are we going with this? What's your end game?
We have big dreams. We have really big dreams. What we're already doing is advancing the technology. So we have opportunities to even make more advancements, to make more automation.
Selling solar isn't always sunny. Realtors tell us they advise against it for a number of reasons. The time required to recoup the investment is significant. And if you're trying to sell your home, the typical limited warranty is one more utility for a homeowner to maintain. Noah says they have no plans to move anytime soon, so he's thankful for the panels as electric rates for his neighbors go up by the year.
Right. I'm saving money. My bills would be way higher if it weren't for the solar panels.
For Boomtown, Angela Ann, 10 TV News.
And Noah says with that 30% federal tax credit, he did pay just over $9,000 for the panels. He says the investment's worth it. To learn more about the program, we have a link on 10tv.com. Just look for this story on our main page. And for other stories about Central Ohio's growth and the challenges and solutions that come with it, if you're not already watching this on 10 TV Plus, download that to your TV. Watch for free. This Week in Boomtown airs on 10 TV Plus each week. Again, you can download that app and watch us for free. And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. We'll go back to those storms we talked about earlier. A Wisconsin man captured video of some foreboding clouds Ominous looking video there.
Yeah.
As those clouds eventually spawned tornadoes Thursday evening. Storms knocked down trees and power lines in Dodge County. The hardest hit areas were the towns of Mayville and Juneau. That was the story we brought to you earlier in the show. 2 factories were damaged and at least 1 house roof collapsed. Only minor injuries were reported, though, thankfully.
I think I got lucky.
I say that's one of those what you call it, like the mothership type
Yeah.
videos. Like the UFO's coming for you.
Yeah, straight out of Independence Day there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's impressive video on its own. But following that up with some more video from Wisconsin as well. This is one of those actual tornadoes caught on camera. I mean, oftentimes we can't see them here in the Midwest because there's too much rain. This video was captured by Tara Olson in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Clear video of that tornado moving past. Amazing to see something.
Almost
like
doesn't
that.
look real. It's so crisp and clear.
As I say, if you were to like look for like a movie to like generate just like a classic tornado, like a little tornado, that's what you'd get.
That's the guy.
That's amazing video there. I mean, good news is, looks like they were all right. If you're looking at a tornado, some free advice. If you're looking at a tornado and it doesn't look like it's moving, it's probably coming toward you.
Might be coming toward
Because
you.
if it's just getting bigger, it's coming towards you.
Typically,
you
they
want to see
don't-
it move left or right.
Typically, they don't just stay put for too long.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
they
not
travel.
common. It's not likely to just be sitting there. You need to get in shelter.
I think they're a safe distance there, but you still
Yeah.
got to be careful because
Absolutely.
throwing all sorts of stuff in the wind there.
Definitely so.
Wow.
You know, hopefully we don't see tornadoes like that later today, but I do think, again, we have that risk for severe weather tonight, so you want to stay weather aware. And part of that is by tuning back in later this evening for Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz. He's going to be breaking down all of the latest weather alerts that come in this evening. I'll be joining him back here later tonight as well. When it comes to those storms, we'll be tracking them all night long. Until then, you can always find more 10TV.com or on the 10TV app. Have a great afternoon.